So I have algae in my tank and I don't know what to do. Someone said I really need a cleaner fish in there that's gonna get rid of all of it and I won't have to take care of the tank any longer. Pleco is not for you. Let me tell you why. Thank you for watching another episode of Ocean State Aquatics TV. Today, we are talking about plecos and why they are not the ones to pick if you've got an algae issue, and here's why. Plecos are a huge group of freshwater fish that have a very particular sucker mouth. A lot of people think of them as the algae cleaner. They're just gonna clean my tank and I won't even have to scrape it ever again. Well, that is a very big myth. Plecos are actually a lot messier than they are clean. And most of them don't even eat algae. The family Loricardidae, it's a huge family. It's got 680 species in it, which is ginormous. And a lot of them, actually most of them, don't even eat algae. They're actually detritivores, which is a fancy word for fish poop eaters. And they also eat wood, so wood is super important in their diet. And very occasionally they'll nibble on vegetation if they've got nothing else to eat. And actually a big number of them even eat plants. So if you've got a planted tank, they're definitely not for you. But having a piece of wood in the aquarium is super important because that's actually what most of them eat, and it's not even algae. Also, these fish produce a ton of waste. So they actually will make the tank way messier than they will clean it. So a couple things to cover if you guys are looking for a fish to eat algae and why a pleco is not the best option. Most pleco species in the L series, which I will talk about what that is in a minute, get very large. So most people don't have an aquarium big enough for a lot of the species because they get extremely big. They can get up to 2 feet long, which is incredible, and a very large tank is required for them. Not only that, but like I had said previously, a lot of them eat plants. So if you have a planted aquarium, a lot of these L-series plecos are definitely not the option for you. Not only that, but also a lot of these plecos actually require a lot more work than just putting it in the tank, letting it eat the algae, and you don't have to do anything. They actually, a lot of them require meaty diet, so they need a lot of food like clams and squid and other things given to them on the daily. They also need wood in the aquarium too, so they can eat that. It's kind of interesting. They actually don't always eat the wood. A lot of times they just eat what's on the outside, the fibers, and that helps them digest their food. If they don't have that, they will actually run into a lot of digestional issues and everything else. So they're actually quite a bit more work than you would expect. L series is a fancy way of actually just naming all of these plecos. So back in the 1980s, they were collecting plecos like you couldn't even imagine. They were just finding so many different types. They actually couldn't even keep up with naming all of them. So with the fancy way, the scientific way of naming their scientific name with genus and species, they actually were getting so overwhelmed that they couldn't even keep up, and they weren't even able to research all of these fish in time with how many they were just bringing in and finding. So one gentleman actually came up with the L name, and the L stands for Loricardidae, which is what all of these pleco species actually fall under. Like I said, a lot of them didn't even have a genus and species at the time. They just had genus. They were Loricardidae. They knew that, but they didn't have species yet. They still had to come up with all that. So one gentleman just ended up numbering them all. So you'll see like L28 or L62 or whatever. So those are all different types of plecos, and that's the number is the order they were discovered in. So you'll see L001. That's like one of the first ones that they put in the Loricardidae family. So if you see that, that's just what that means. But like a lot of those L-series plecos, like I had mentioned, don't make really good algae eaters, but I will talk about what does. So one species in the Loricardidae family is actually the bristlenose pleco. So they are technically in that genus. They are a lot different though. They stay small. They only get to about 4 inches long for the most part. They love algae and they don't need wood in their diet. It is ideal, but they don't need it like a lot of other L-series plecos. So if you're looking for a pleco that's actually going to eat algae and it's safe for plants, they won't eat plants, and they don't get big, a bristlenose pleco is the one for you. We've got a few different options available. We've got the regular bushy nose pleco. We've got some tiny little lemon blue eye plecos, and they, like I said, will stay small and they'll actually do a really good job in the aquarium. A lot of these L series plecos are actually mainly just bought for ornamental looks. They are incredible. You've got so many different colors, so many different patterns and everything on them that they're actually really just bought because they're really cool. They're not going to clean your aquarium. If anything, they're going to be messy and a lot more work than say a bushy nose pleco. So if you're looking for a fish that's actually going to do work in the aquarium, a bushy nose pleco is a really good option for you. If you're just really into plecos like I am and you just think they're so cool, then definitely check out all of the other fancy plecos we have available that are in the L series. We've got anything from sunshine plecos to redfin cactus plecos. We've even got titanic plecos, which are a rare, really cool, beautiful pleco species. So we do have a little bit of everything for everybody, but if you really just want a fish that's gonna clean the tank, come on in and get a bushy nose pleco and check them out as well. All right guys, thank you so much for watching another episode of Ocean State Aquatics TV. And like I said, if you're looking for a pleco, come on in. We've got lots of different varieties. I would say Seekonk has some of the crazy, awesome, rare plecos there. But here at Wakefield and at Coventry, we have some of just your regular run-of-the-mill plecos, bushy nose plecos that will take care of the job if you're looking for something to eat that algae. So come on in, check us out, visit me here at 51 Old Tower Hill Road in Wakefield. If you're looking for something in this area, I am here. If not, head on up to Coventry or Seekonk, and we'll see you then. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day, and keep it fresh, baby.